Welcome back to this soft-spoken video this time. And I've gotten a lot of requests for two things. One, soft-spoken videos. And two, what is my workout routine? Maybe one of the most commonly asked questions in my YouTube comments, but I thought that we would be tapping on some items that are a part of the workout routine as well, because you are not going to be able to get big without your protein. Now, I'm a big fan of this protein. You just put it in whatever. You put it in your smoothies. You can put it in pretty much anything, protein shakes. Now this one in particular, I want to say it's 42 grams of protein. Let's check. 24. But you double scoop and it's 48, so close enough. However, this is going to be critical to gaining the mass, whether it's in the lat or in the arms or the core. And actually, I have learned that the V line is called the Adonis belt. I didn't actually know it was called the Adonis belt. I knew it was like a V, but I didn't know it was actually had a name for it. So thank you to the YouTube comment. I'll try and put some on the screen over here. And if you see your name, be sure to comment that was you. But I'm sure you're wondering, what do I do for my workouts? Now, if I had to summarize the entire summary for looking like me, 2 sentences, right? If you want to just completely ignore everything I'm going to say except for these 2 things. 1, find out what your caloric intake is. So let's just say it's 3,000. And go into a calorie deficit. Now, don't start with a ridiculous amount. Maybe start 100 or 200 calories, and don't religiously track your weight every day, because you should be drinking tons of water. And if you're drinking tons of water, and actually, we'll move this to the side. Get that out of here. Brought the water bottle. But if you're drinking tons of water, you are going to be gaining a lot of weight. But the weight, it's just water weight. It's not like you gained 3 pounds overnight. It's very important that you remember that. However, back to our 2 things, because I'm rambling a bit. 1, find the caloric deficit. Be in a caloric deficit. Find what your caloric intake is. And 2, work out. I'd recommend 3 to 5 days a week. I work out 5 days a week. If you're looking to put on lots of mass, you can be in a caloric surplus. But if you're trying to look like me, you're going to need to be in a caloric deficit eventually. So another thing you can do, if it's not be in a deficit and work out, because that's how you get abs. Abs, it's not it's not something that's extremely thoughtfully provoking on how to get abs. It's not like, how do you solve this equation? You just need to be low enough body fat. Because your abs are muscles. Your abs can grow. That's true. But have you ever heard the phrase that the abs are made in the kitchen? I would say maybe around 15% is when you'll start seeing maybe something. Ideally, you're more in the 12% range. I'm probably around, realistically, maybe 8.5%, I'd say. But yeah, let's try opening and closing. See if that makes some good sounds. Nah, that kind of sucks, I think. Well, you can let me know if you like that, but... Next, on our items. Now this one, it is a must-have if you want to look like me. It's a must-have. The creatine. Now this is just good for all purposes. There have been so many studies done on creatine. And it's not just for muscle building, but also just for your brain. I take 5 grams a day, but the recommended amount, I think, is 0.1 grams per kg. So if you weigh 70 kilograms, you take 7 grams. If you weigh 80 kilograms, you take 8 grams a day. However, if you eat a lot of chicken or other high protein foods, specifically high in creatine, then you're going to be getting some in your foods. And you won't need to take as much of a supplement. But this is the most researched supplement on the planet. And everyone should be taking it. And I'm sure you're wondering, maybe, what does creatine do? Maybe you know it helps you build muscle faster, but you don't really know exactly what it does. And how creatine works is it allows your muscles to store more water inside of the muscle. So when your muscle is trying to recover, the water essentially allows it to recover quicker, which thus allows you to build muscle quicker. And I know what you're thinking. Is there more? Yes. The more studies that have come out recently has been more about the brain, especially with women, and just all the positive effects that it can have on cognitive strength. Now, you might have heard of something called a loading phase when taking creatine, which essentially just means taking more than the recommended 5 grams, maybe 20 to 30 for the first couple days. You don't need that. All you need is to buy yourself some creatine. I'm not sponsored. It doesn't need to be this brand. Now you can take it in many different ways. You can just scoop it. I can show you inside. Ooh. Honestly, it kind of just looks like a drug. But no, it's just a white powder. You put it in your water. Also, you could put this in your smoothie. Ooh, actually, there's more sounds. But we should probably get back to the workout routine, shouldn't we? The truth is that it's not super complex. I saw one guy, he commented on my Batman pants. I mean, I have a secret to tell you, and it's because I am Batman. Yeah, I tell people that because they never, believe me. And so I can tell whoever I want. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm thinking I'm going to upload 2 videos. One, where I'm doing a soft spoken, and 2, where it's just whispers. And honestly, maybe 3. This is for the benefit of everyone, and for you, and for our community. That way we can see which one you like better. And then in the future, I can keep making more of that content. Now, I think I won't upload just screw it. Maybe I would just do just a tapping. But then we can kind of compare, if you like the soft-spoken more, you leave a comment like. If you like the whispers more, leave a comment like. I can start to tailor some of the content that way. Obviously, I'm not going to completely neglect whispers or soft spokens. It's different strokes for different folks, but okay. For my next item, to look like me, this item is loud as heck, but it is the Quest protein bar. I gotta be very careful with showing the crinkles. Because it's a very loud item. But I like to eat these when I don't quite have a full meal and just keep them in a backpack or honestly in my pocket. Now the best part is they are only 1 gram of sugar, and keeping sugar intake low, you'll notice with other bodybuilders, is the number one, that's the last thing to go, is the sugar. But you don't have to completely remove sugar from your diet to get a really nice body. What are the 2 things? Do you remember? Caloric deficit, 100 to 200, you can start there, do it for 3 to 4 weeks. If you see yourself, calories don't lie. There's nothing, whatever you input, your body will not lie to you. You know, that's why I like the gym. It'll never let you down. Significant others, they can let you down. People, they can let you down. Getting some bicep curls in. Yeah, never lets you down. But for the gym, I'll do 3 days a week. All typical lifts, squats, cleans. Snatch. And then some smaller auxiliary lift as well. And the other 2 days I'll do some form of cardio. And I love sports. So maybe I'll play some basketball, or tennis, or racquetball at the local gym. And I actually have, for when I am craving something sweet. Again, I'm not sponsored by Quest, so I'm not, maybe one day, but it's the Quest peanut butter cups. It's a very similar sounding item. But these things as well, they taste just like Reese's peanut butter cups, if you like Reese's peanut butter cups, except they're 11 grams of protein, and I think they have like they got 1 gram of sugar. Now, they do have artificial sweetener, so if you're a big anti-proponent of that, and you can't eat a ton because you'll get pretty gassy, but you know what, how I also get gassy? Fish oil. Yeah. So this is a supplement I take. I take it every day. Now, I haven't even noticed the benefits of this one, but it's just one of those things where it's recommended. And I just have to trust the science behind the fact that if I am deficient in X thing, that I will take a supplement to get better. Now, I guarantee you 90% of supplements are just scams. But again, there are some very well researched ones. Now there's only 3 supplements I take. It's creatine, fish oil, and vitamin D. And again, this one's more of a trust the science. With the creatine, I can actually see the difference a lot of the time and feel the difference. And with this one, I'm just winging it. Just smack the heck out of the microphone. Hope that wasn't too. Oh. Now, let's move on to our final item. Of course, it is the oatmeal. Now, oatmeal is just one of those one of those nutritionally great items. You have low fat. It's good for the carbs. It's got some fiber and protein in it. Now the fiber, that's what's going to help you stay fuller for longer. So if you feel yourself getting those, you're just like, I feel like I can't lose weight because I always feel so hungry. Maybe it even like hurts to the point that it hurts. You need more fiber in your diet. Now I just want to tap all around the box. I don't want any part of it to feel left out. And with the oats, I will commonly add about a normal sized banana. Bananas are a great source of potassium, of course. You gotta make it K. And you may have a question of, well, when do I reach for the banana versus the protein bar? And the answer really depends on the time. Maybe you're just about to go to bed. The banana is going to be much better because the protein and the protein bar is going to sit a little heavier in your stomach, might make it a little harder to fall asleep. Pre-workout, you need sugar, you need carbs, the banana. Post-workout, that's when you would more want the protein. However, if it's more like 2 to 3 hours before, maybe you're in between workouts, then I would opt for the protein. A general good rule of thumb is if you're not doing anything for 2 to 3 hours, the protein bar is good. Maybe you need some quick energy. That's when the banana is going to be better. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and also, I'm not on steroids. I don't know why that was I got some good size, but I would never go on steroids because I like the longevity of my body, and I'm not trying to be some mass monster. Like, I already have a good amount of mass. But I think I will. Make sure to go check out the whispering version of this and tell me which one that you like more. Obviously, they're going to be slightly different since it's not like I had a script for this. So it was pretty off the top of my head. But I will try and have it be in all the same order, maybe roughly the same amount of time for items. But I'm curious, make sure if you like the soft-spoken more, comment, like, subscribe. And if you think you like the whispering more, try and compare it to the whisper. Go watch the whisper if you haven't already. I think I'll post it same day, same time, same everything. Maybe even same thumbnail even. Although maybe I'll have like a whispering thing. but I hope you enjoyed. And I wish you a good night.